Hi, I'm Zach Stewart.
Laura Hotchkiss.
And I'm Daniel Kvoras. On this podcast, we improvise in character as hosts of a morning radio show in a fictional country called the Driftwood Isles.
Everything we say is made up, and none of the events, people, or places are real.
It's that simple. Now enjoy this episode of Good Morning Driftwood. And welcome back, folks, to Good Morning Driftwood, the Driftwood Isles' #1 radio station. Thanks for waking up with us. Thanks for having your day with us. It's me, Dirk Wiley, and my lovely companions, Miss Penelope MacGuffin.
Good day.
And then we got a Mr. Bench PerDiem.
Well, hi there.
Ooh, getting real fancy, real colloquial this morning.
We're of the people.
And we are of the people. And I got to tell you, the people in a particular region of Driftwood are having a little bit hard of a time this morning because the SweetieBeans Candy Company has had an industrial accident again.
Oh, again?
Sucks.
Yep, the entire block around their factory in New Derrick is covered in marshmallow fluff. They've decided to put a positive spin on this and turn the accident into a fun neighborhood party and are throwing a We're Sorry party and inviting citizens to come eat the marshmallow fluff and thereby free the buildings, cars, and residents who are trapped within the marshmallow prison. They're saying that they're tired of all the We're Sorry parties that the company has had to throw. People are very tired of this, particularly after the accidentally turned Chippenham Lake to gelatin, trapping and killing thousands of fish and other wildlife.
Okay, accidentally.
Yeah.
You think it was an intentional thing for them to turn that whole lake into gelatin?
You're just walking along beside a lake carrying a bunch of jelly mix. Like that.
I think it was probably runoff from the factory itself.
I don't know.
Suspicious.
It felt like someone was carrying a giant bucket of gelatin.
That, to be fair, had run off from the factory.
So you think these are intentional publicity stunts that they're then using and spinning?
We all know that this company is run by famous prankster Jeremiah SweetieBeans, who loves to do these like big publicity things. Oh no, we're
very
sorry.
fun, very mischievous. So people love him most of the time.
A lot of people are comparing him to Napoleon.
Mm-hmm. And new mayor dog James Volvo.
True. Both of them very
fun, very mischievous.
Buttons, hands.
Mm-hmm. Hand buttons.
So what was the accident this time? I got so angry thinking that they did this again.
They accidentally turned the entire block around their factory covered in marshmallow fluff. Cover the entire block in marshmallow fluff.
Honestly, classic move by them.
You think?
This feels like such a thing that they would do on purpose again.
Just for PR?
Yeah.
We're
talking about it.
It's true.
No publicity is bad publicity.
It's true.
Wow.
But that means like not having publicity is bad publicity. But also no publicity, as in having publicity, is bad publicity. It's actually like a really deep statement when you think about it.
But if not having publicity...
That's bad publicity.
That's still a type of publicity.
Yeah, that's the bad
no publicity
one.
is still a type of publicity.
No, because publicity is defined by the lack of its absence.
The lack of its absence.
Yes.
Kind of like...
So
presence. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also what has to do is like say it to their buddy. Like,
isn't it
hey,
like...
you were a SweetieBeans. That still counts as publicity.
Yeah.
Isn't like the color black the absence of color?
Yeah.
So it's defined by its publicity.
And you think this company is defined by its publicity?
I think this company is defined by its publicity.
And they might be having some sort of genius
I'm so
guerrilla
sorry.
marketing PR.
I just realized today I drank a lot of Clever John tea.
What is Clever John
Oh,
tea?
you know, I've tried Clever John tea. Oh, it's actually really good. It's tea bags from the Clever John company.
This is the most animated I've seen.
Yeah, they're great. So it's tea bags, and when you drink it, you like just make it like you would a normal tea, like tea bags. Get some hot water.
So
put
it's
some
normal
milk
tea
in.
bags.
Normal tea bags. It increases your IQ by like 4 to 5 points.
Oh,
ooh! What if you have a bunch of tea bags all at once?
Yeah, it stacks up.
They compound.
Yeah.
Now, how does it do that?
I mean, that's science. That's not for us to judge.
Do you have to drink the tea, or can you like snort it straight to the brain and become a genius?
Technically, there's nothing.
How can I get it into my body the fastest and hardest?
If you think about it, there's nothing stopping you from snorting any tea.
That's a good point.
I feel like I have so many questions and I don't know where to start. How do you know it works?
Because you just are cleverer for a little bit.
Are you?
You
how-
have,
You know how,
since
like,
you've
you
been
drink-
in the office
yeah.
today, you have really been very analytical. Like the way you look at things
Solve
seems
that
very
equation.
It's true.
Solve
Yeah.
that equation
we
on
did
the wall.
have that big equation on the wall that
That's-
no one's been able to solve
that's
forever.
been there for
Yeah,
years.
solved it.
You've
been there-
also been using a lot of like very long, like multi-syllabic words.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Makes you sound very, very,
Very intelligent.
yeah.
When you look at things today, it's just like, you know, when the Terminator looks at things and it goes like the information on the
Yeah.
side. It looks like you're seeing that way.
Oh yeah,
Because also
definitely.
your eyes keep like darting around back and forth.
It definitely feels like there's like an hour and a half where you can like truly see the Matrix. But isn't that like drinking
Mhm.
like you drink a coffee, you just feel like a bit of a buzz for a bit. It's just like that, but you
Yeah.
just
But
can
heightened.
solve a lot of.
You
like,
also are twitching a lot, and you've pitched like 3 different like screenplay ideas
Oh,
by us.
that wasn't the tea. That was the coffee I had beforehand.
Okay, because I was going to ask if we're sure it's not just cocaine.
No,
Also,
definitely.
your eyes are like pulsing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like they're
that's
sort of like bump, like with your heartbeat, they're kind of bumping out of
Yeah.
your eye sockets.
once again not the tea. That was the coffee beforehand. It was real strong.
How much
Oh.
coffee did you have?
Just one cup, but I think it was stronger than usual.
Hmm.
It was a new bag. I hadn't really read the strength
Did you
of it.
get it at the? It was a bag of coffee.
You
Oh no, I
get
didn't.
it
whole
at-
bag of
No, I
coffee?
didn't bring the
Did you-
whole bag of coffee. That'd be insane.
Did you
I
get
had
it
a
at the
regular.
diner that you go to?
Yeah, like
At-
they
at
were like,
Shirley's?
here's this coffee we ourselves have been roasting.
Mm.
It was
How-
like a nondescript bag. It didn't have a label on it, so like I didn't really know like how strong it was until I drank it.
How did you order it? What was your order at Shirley's? Because I
Did you-
famously just order a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I just chat to them like normal people, and then sometimes they like give me free things.
Did they
But
have?
what is your coffee order?
Was my coffee?
What do you
Sometimes
ask for?
I don't. No. Oh
So
no,
they
like
just
I don't
gave it to
even.
you.
Yeah, I don't
You
even
didn't
like.
even order that. They just
No,
gave
no,
you
no.
that.
We were just chatting, and then they were like, "Hey, here's something to take away. Enjoy in the comfort of your own home."
Okay.
What's
It
going
wasn't
on
like-
at Shirley's?
Yeah, they're not selling it. I think legally they can't
Why?
Why?
What makes you think that?
because it's really high strength.
Did they tell you like, hey, don't tell anyone that we gave you this?
They weren't as like explicit as that, but they were like, "Don't let everyone know we don't have enough bags to go around."
Now, when
That's
you,
what they said because they
Yeah.
don't have enough bags.
when
Yeah.
you
I see.
initially said that all of these weird things that are happening with you right now are because of the coffee you had and not because of the high IQ increasing tea that
Yeah,
you also
it's
the
just
just
brain,
a-
the tea that's supposed to affect your
Yeah.
brain.
I
It's
was
just a
suspicious
coincidence.
at first, but now I understand that's the second weirdest thing or second
Yeah.
most suspicious thing
Mm.
that you've done today.
Coincidence, not causation.
Is it potentially
Coincidence, not
like?
causation.
Are you both familiar with the Limitless verse
Yeah.
No.
The film Limitless.
and its
and the
subsequent
television
television show
series, yeah.
that then made it a verse?
Well,
Nope.
wasn't it
Please
like
explain.
wasn't it like I thought it was like ecstasy tablets he was taking or something like that, but it
you
was
take
like
a pill and it makes you like
yeah,
a super genius.
made you crazy good. Didn't
But then
it
it like also destroys your brain.
Yeah.
Ultimately, in the long run. But apparently, the resolution of the movie is the guy was just like, I figured out a way to make it not do that,
Isn't it?
and somehow
yeah.
that was like
wasn't it?
a satisfying conclusion,
Wasn't it
which doesn't
Bradley
make
Cooper?
sense.
Was it Bradley Cooper?
It was Bradley Cooper.
The maestro?
No, the actor.
Is that what you call him? Is that your like fun nickname for Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, he's the maestro
Is
in
the
many ways.
maestro of your heart,
No.
just of movies?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
that one movie, really.
What movie?
Maestro.
Is it a movie called Maestro?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Leonard Bernstein,
Who's that?
famous composer.
So you could say Leonard Bernstein was a.
Maestro.
There you go. I
Hmm.
think that's what Dirk was aiming at there.
Got
I
it.
felt like there was going to be a series of questions, and I was really worried because I think we like don't have all day today, and I was like, oh no, we could be trapped in this loop.
Mm. So who's
That's
the
why
maestro?
I tried to assist it along.
Bradley, much
Yeah.
appreciated,
Yeah.
Betty.
Yeah.
Who's the maestro? Bradley Cooper or Leonard Bernstein?
Leonard Bernstein,
Then why do you call Bradley Cooper the maestro?
because he played him in a movie
Okay.
that he also directed.
Maybe he was able to play that movie because of his limitless powers.
Yeah.
Well,
Is he,
my question-
he is limitless.
Mhm.
he is limitless in so many ways.
Hmm.
So many ways,
Well,
Bradley Cooper.
yeah, I mean, I think the thing with the Limitless tablet wasn't it also going on that assumption that you only use 10% of your brain in this.
One of those movies,
One of those series of films that
Lucy
were like,
style.
yeah, that
What
were
style?
just like,
Lucy, Scarlett Johansson played a person named Lucy,
yeah,
who then became like
a
was able
drug
to.
runner, but the drugs wasn't it the drugs that exploded in her body and then they gave her brain power? Wasn't that?
Oh no.
Sure.
It was
I'll
something to
take
do with a
your word
gang,
for it.
wasn't it? And it was like a really crazy drug. I think I might have either.
And then she became
if
able
this
to like
wasn't the
manipulate
plot,
matter with her brain.
I'm writing that script because that's a good idea.
Please do.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the Lucy verse,
Yeah.
much like the Limitless
Lucyverse.
verse.
Yeah.
My concern, though, in bringing up Limitless
Mhm.
is that
Microverse.
is this
That's a wish that doesn't exist yet.
Hopefully one day.
I really hope so.
We'll get that. Leonard Bernstein and Tar. Oh, I want to get Tar in more stuff.
Here's the thing. Lydia Tar does say in the movie that she has been taught by Leonard Bernstein. So I like to think that she's in that movie. We do have
the Maestro verse is active. Hey. We need to expand on this. My concern in bringing up the Limitless verse is this tea, this brain tea that you're having, is it having a limitless style effect where it will destroy your brain in the long run?
I mean...
Are you going to have a come down where your brain just withers away inside of you?
It could.
Or will the coffee have that effect?
Who knows? And also by having the coffee at the same time, is that, if anything, undoing what was a very scientific test? Because in scientific tests, you should really only have one variable.
Yeah,
everything else should be the same.
Eat or drink or do anything else after you have that.
Yeah, and then that would be the way to work it out. Or you have exactly the same set of meals and drink that you know don't affect you every day, that you don't change that. You just have this tea that you then continue because you know already that the things that you eat and drink have no effect.
Baseline. Because everyone famously eats and drinks the same things every single day at the same time.
Dirk, I feel like you said that with attitude when we know full well that all you eat is squirrel brought to you by your eagle and you drink gallons of milk. Sorry. Oh, I get it wrong every time.
And stolen or not stolen, baked goods.
Not stolen.
Not
found.
And also
baked goods.
And you don't have stolen the German bread either.
I have not stolen. I don't have stolen.
You have not
the
stolen
German
stolen.
bread. I have never stolen. I've only found stolen. I have famously found stolen.
I watched a man shoplift last night. No joke.
Really?
Literally watched a man shoplift.
What did he shoplift?
To me, I couldn't see exactly, but it looked like a box of cereal, and that's what was confusing me the most because he seemed real, like, it was like two lads, and it felt like they were maybe having like a drinking session, and it was really confusing to me that that's what they went for out of the entirety of the shop.
Now,
one of the cheapest items in the shop, probably.
Yeah, because they pulled up in a car, and then they got out, and then they like wandered around, and then I saw them like come up to the tills where I was paying, and then they just didn't, and then they just walked out. And I watched, and I was like, that's confusing that they've gone for out of everything. Cereal.
A large item that doesn't cost much.
Yeah.
And it was two lads? Like what age?
I feel like they were maybe late 20s.
What cereal?
Late 20s lads stealing a box of cereal on a Saturday night.
What kind of cereal?
I didn't see like specifically. I just know from the shape that was a cereal box. Because cereal boxes are, I would argue, like a very uniform shape.
Maybe it was a dead drop.
Do you think it was a spy thing?
Someone had put something in that box of cereal.
Like a prize that you get in some of those?
Like a series of Limitless tablets. Because that would be what the Limitless verse would do.
Absolutely.
Or the Lucy verse. That's where the drugs were. Then they're going to make her drug run it if that is indeed the plot of the film.
That's a great place for a dead drop. You put something into a cereal box, make it like the fifth one back, and say, go pick it up. But that means...
What if like a kid gets it and then they become limitless?
Well, presumably people aren't going to buy 5 boxes of cereal within the 5-minute time window when you tell the person to show up.
It's a very tight window.
You got to have this timed and organized. You
got to say, show up at this time.
You can't just do like a dead drop and just leave it up to a chance.
No, there's not going to be a run on some random cereal on a Saturday night, I feel like.
Unless you were those two lads who turned up to the shop I was in who clearly were like, you know what would really help? Some cereal.
Or they were secret agents.
Probably secret agents.
Getting Limitless tablets.
One of them was wearing some real pink shorts. And I think that would be the big disguise because you'd be like, is he a spy? Can't be a spy. He's wearing some really jaunty pink shorts.
Sort of a hiding in plain sight thing where you look so outrageous that no one suspects you.
Yeah.
No one's suspicious at you.
No one's suspicious as you.
Literally like you've
no one is as suspicious as you.
Like, can you be a spy if you look like you've just came from the Oasis concert? I don't know the answer, but that's a question I just want to leave out in the universe.
Can Oasis fans also be spies?
Driftwood residents, remember you can write and text in your opinions at any point to the radio station.
If you're a spy, let us know if you like Oasis.
Also, let us know.
Also, if you're a spy, just let us know.
Yeah, just hey, if you're a spy, you have to tell us.
Yeah, if we ask you specifically, that's so you have to tell us.
You got to tell us if you're a spy.
And we maybe have some business for you, some spy business.
Maybe.
Are we spying on National Geographic kids again?
I need to know how they get their facts.
Well, we need to
and
clarify that statement on like 3 different levels very quickly. Magazine?
We famously have a feud with our nemesis, the National Geographic Kids publication.
Yes. Now, that is not a publication run by kids.
No,
it is a publication run by adults
who find scientific and animal facts and information
in a fun way that kids might enjoy.
Personality quizzes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when we say spy on them, we mean the corporation made by adults.
The company.
Just want to get that crystal clear.
Good.
Not just some kids who are a geographic landmark and a national thing.
Exactly.
No, definitely
not that. Not that.
Not that.
Not the kids off a National Geographic.
Nope.
For sure not that.
Also not that.
Nope. It's the corporate infrastructure of the National Geographic Kids Company.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Where were we?
I don't know anymore.
We were talking about spies.
Might be wearing off.
Oh God!
Oh no, you're getting dumb.
An hour ago, you would have been so locked in on the flow of this conversation.
I don't know exactly. I don't know why you both haven't tried it yet. It's really it's just quite delicious.
I'm curious. I'm going to be honest.
I don't even drink it for the increased brain power. I just drink it because it's tasty and it's like quite nice in the morning. Just tea, just like a good cup of tea.
What's the taste? What's the taste of that? When I once moved to a place where tea was taken much more seriously than where I had come from, and so when someone said, "Could I have a tea?" I needed to know a lot more information on
Did you have to like get a special kettle and like know which type?
I did, but I didn't know the differences of tea. So just a classic tea, I was like, I didn't know if that was like, okay, is that like an Earl Grey? Is that like a classic tea?
It's one of the more classic ones.
Is a rooibos?
It's almost as weird as someone going to a diner and just ordering coffee and expecting people to know.
Interesting.
Huh.
An interesting point.
Although, when you say like, I'd like a tea, I think the standard is that it'll be a black tea. But you can include milk in it. Black tea being the type of tea leaf, not the way
But are there multiple
done.
types of black tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you go in a shop, but like generally there's
like
just
a breakfast tea.
Well, breakfast tea is like a type of it, but if you go into a supermarket and you go to the tea aisle, there will just be a ton of selection of just black tea.
And so which one would you get?
Yorkshire. It's a very big deal.
Now that is very difficult to import here to the Driftwood Isles.
So
like,
Yorkshire tea.
It's quite a common thing that Yorkshire tea is the best of the teas, especially if you're from Yorkshire. It's like a source of pride for those people in the United Kingdom.
Wonderful.
And they specifically are very much like as Yorkshire. That's the choice you should go for. I agree with them. I think that is the best of the teas. I've also never really been like had any of the other main tea players and thought, oh, I have like real belief in your quality. I think they're good, but I think Yorkshire's
the top.
Yeah.
Wow, a ringing endorsement from Penelope MacGuffin.
Now,
for is that a brand or is that just a type of tea?
Yorkshire's like a brand.
It is a brand.
And
but there are no flavor notes on when you get it. You just get a box of Yorkshire tea and it is a black tea.
I don't think
that is literally black tea.
And so you say, I will have a tea and then people know that it's that.
Tea as well was like you would like drink a cup of tea on your working day. It was never really like I don't know if there's ever been a time where it would be like tasting notes. It's more of a necessity.
So it's just
like
a classic.
Before coffee was like a bigger
it's like a
thing,
drip. It's like the equivalent of maybe like a classic American diner, the drip coffee.
Yeah.
When you go in,
equivalent of
for
that.
a cup of coffee.
I don't know what you're referring to, Bench.
I'm referring to going.
But like when you go to a Bench,
do you mean a latte? Do you mean Americano? Do you mean a flat white? Like you just keep saying coffee.
No,
yeah, we're talking about something completely different. We're talking about tea.
I want a coffee.
Very different things.
We're talking about tea now, Bench. Keep up.
Yeah, let's do 5 more minutes on this.
Do you think this new brain tea could be your tea for the future?
I hope so.
Yorkshire tea.
Unless,
is there a future where you order a tea and you get the brain tea?
Unless it becomes a limitless verse thing. Then it
would?
No, then it wouldn't, because then I'd have to like work out a solution to like why is it destroying me slowly from within.
Well, if anyone could work out that solution, is you and
Bradley
all that tea.
Cooper.
I was going to say you and all that tea.
Oh, I was going to say Bradley Cooper because he's done it before.
That's true.
He has experience.
So let's call the maestro himself and also Tar. They could probably figure this out.
Lydia and Leonard can probably, between the two of them.
Who?
Lydia. Lydia Tarr and Leonard Bernstein.
Oh no, he means Jack Tarr, the guy that lives like 2 streets down from here that runs the shipping.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were
He
talking
runs the
about
shipping.
Lydia.
He understands the import-export.
Yeah.
He probably knows the supply. He's
a real clever guy.
He probably
He's
knows
very
where they
smart.
get that tea from, the brain tea that you're talking about. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's get a whole bunch of that. Do it all, not drink it all. Just like get it in us as fast as
You don't
possible.
have to snort it.
And then we will, once
You
we
can
are...
just drink it with your mouth. You don't have to inhale it through your nose.
Okay, I feel like it would go in faster. And if you want its compounding effect, it would hit harder if you do it that way.
This is why your sinuses hurt. Okay, this is why your sinuses
are
hurt.
destroyed. If you then, once it's compounded like that, then we'll be able to find out how to make it last forever and be safe and just have the limitless powers and be limitless. Because that's what I think we all want, ultimately, at the end of the day, right?
I just like a simple cup of coffee.
Again,
What
you have to
kind
be
of-
more specific, Bench. And for Good Morning Driftwood, we'll see you soon. Good Morning Driftwood is executive produced and hosted by Zach Stewart, Laura Hotchkiss, and Daniel Kvoras. Engineered and produced by Zach Stewart. Music by Daniel Kvoras.